Today is chapter 12, lesson 3 on area of composite figures. Composite figures are basically figures that if I looked at this entire shape, I wouldn't know a formula, but you can break them apart and then find the formula for each shape that you do know and then add them up together. Quick reminder, and again, these will be posted in your learning resources, the formula of a triangle, circle. We didn't do semicircle, but all it is just a half a circle, so it's half the formula. A equals base times height, or A equals length times width. It just depends on how you say it. That's the area of a parallelogram, which is just a four-sided figure with parallel sides, or two sets of parallel sides. And then area of a trapezoid. I'm not sure how familiar you are, so my one example will have that. Now, again, I don't know the formula of the shape, but I do know that I have a semicircle and then I have a trapezoid. Okay, and basically once I find the two areas, I'm going to go ahead and add them together. Now, when I look over here, this 4 centimeters represents the entire thing. With a circle, an area, remember you can only use a radius. So if this entire thing is 4, then the radius is 2 centimeters. However, for a trapezoid, I do want to know the entire length. So that is the 4 centimeters. That's one base. The 7 centimeters is the second base. And then I cannot use this as a height. It has to create a perpendicular line. Whoops, I should have made lines, dashes. All right, and then that was 6 centimeters. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead, A equals 1/2 pi r squared, A equals 1/2 times 3.14 times, remember it's gotta be the radius, which that's why I'm using the 2 squared. Grab the calculator. And I have 0.5 times 3.14 times, and I'm just gonna do 4 because 2 times 2 is 4. And I ended up with A equals 6.28. Don't round anything until your final answer. So I'm gonna leave it as 6.28. Next one, now I'm gonna work on my trapezoid. So A equals 1/2 times the height times B1 plus B2. And these are your bases. Those have to be the ones running parallel to one another. A equals 1/2 times the height, which is 6, times, now be careful, it's 4 plus 7. It doesn't matter if you call this B1 or this B1. Either way, it'll still add up to be correct. Keep in mind, if you're typing in your calculator, watch the parentheses. Remember, you need to add these first. You're gonna get 11. And whoops, 1/2. Half of 6 is 3. 3 times 11 is 33. So we're gonna try to sneak that in here, 33. Okay, now remember, you're gonna take the area of the first shape, area of the second shape, add them together to get your final area, rounding to the nearest 10th. Let's see, 39.28, so rounded to the nearest 10th, area equals 39.3, and it'd be squared centimeters. Again, when you type it in, only 39.3.